Right now, though, it's time to meet our royal visitor.
Yes, as the excitement builds for the coronation of King Charles III, so-called mock monarchs are in huge demand.
Well, we're joined today by an impersonator who's apparently so good, he's even received the royal seal of approval from the real king himself. And here he is now.
Oh, hello. Very well, I see you. Hello. Good morning. Nice to see you. And see you at home.
Sure, I feel like I need to curtsy.
You should.
I should, shouldn't I, really?
Oh, yeah.
Your Majesty.
Yes, at long last.
Is that what we're doing?
Do have a seat.
Oh, I love this
It's
job.
lovely to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
Your mum was the one that spotted the likeness when you were about 10, didn't she?
Well, actually, it was one of her best friends. And she walked into our kitchen and said, "Doesn't your Charles, my real name, look like Prince Charles?" And my mum sort of...
So the name was really just a wonderful coincidence,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes, indeed. I wasn't named after. It was all in the family, I think.
So
my middle name is Arthur, by the way.
He's Philip Charles Arthur George,
Yes,
isn't
and
he?
I'm Charles Arthur Haslett.
Good gracious. So at what point did you decide, actually, this may be... I think you were a wedding photographer, weren't you?
Yes, I did try my hand at wedding photography.
Yeah.
Yes, and one time I took some photographs of hats made by what do they call a milliner? Yeah, and for weddings, and I had taken some so-called selfies in the early days, and she said, "You know, you could do weddings as well as Manuel." Actually,
That's another one.
Yeah. From RAF days, I had a moustache, and when Fawlty Towers came out, my friends christened me Manuel. So in the back of my mind, I had, "Oh, someone thinks I look like Prince."
Well, it's always good to have a backup plan.
There you
So
go.
you've got Manuel and I think Clouseau as well, you know, sort of in the background.
Yes,
but
exactly.
as far as the Prince Charles thing is
yeah.
concerned, I suppose when you start as a career, your career directly revolves around how popular they are at the time.
At any given time, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and when one didn't have a proper job, one always needed to fill in with another character.
Yeah.
So yes, which is very useful. Yes. So Manuel kept me going for years and years and years. When Charles came and went, you know, with natural flow of his family life,
What's the,
as opposed to just...
So when you're studying the king, what are the mannerisms and what essentially, clearly the suit is an important thing.
Yes, yep. Yeah, you must have a good tailor, good shirts.
And what about the mannerisms?
But
What
mannerisms
sort
are
of things do you look for?
I look for the articulation of the face, because, for example, I could move the mouth to one side but not to the other. But then I put a remedy to that, so now I can go there and there, and both together. And then, of course, if he's in a really worried mood, the neck comes into play. Oh, goodness me. Is that what they really say? And the hands. The hands are very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, so it's the hands. It's the feeling of concern for others. And I think, you know, his heart's in the right place, I think. And he shows that concern. When he meets people, shakes hands, say, "Yeah, hello, how you look, I can see it on TV."
Do you do the point? Because he has a very distinctive point.
Point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So when he shakes
necessary.
hands and they make it and they say something to him, he always does that.
There are some photos, I think, on various websites with me striking a pose.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Which can either be sort of don't do it, or if
Invariably,
a photographer gets it in his way, but normally it's to make a point, isn't it?
Or also, I know exactly what you mean. Oh,
yeah,
I
no,
see
I
what
know,
you
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
It's that sort
Hello,
of thing.
goodness
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Or whilst shaking hands, sometimes you go, yeah, yes, exactly.
We touched on earlier that you actually got the royal seal of approval. So tell us about the time when you met.
Oh, yes. I think it was LWT at the time. I believe they had a little thing in mind. And I think they had a little sketch. Roger Moore and Stephen Fry were on stage at a mocked-up restaurant setting. So Stephen Fry said to Roger Moore, "Oh, do you like this restaurant?" Roger Moore says, "Oh, I can't see anything unusual about it." "You like the waiter?" And then Prince Charles left the royal, but we had to swap. very silently, not look left or right, because we didn't want the crowd to see anything then.
So he walked onto the stage as himself, and then the light comes up in the royal box, and you're up there.
Yes, they turned to me, which was good.
But the best, I think, one of the best bits for you was actually the fact that backstage, I mean, you met
the
just
king afterwards, yes.
As
I managed just to...
He approved. What did he say to you?
Yeah, and he said, well done, you're just here to get information for your act. I said, yes.
Good. And how do people book you?
Well, the agent that kindly got me here is called Connections Entertainments in Norwich, and they look after people very well. So, I believe there's a chap, Darren, at Connections.
I bet you're earning a fortune at the moment.
I bet this is a busy time for you.
Well, there's a lot of potential.
Good. Quite right, too. It's lovely to have you.
They're still making up their mind who actually wants me on the day. So,
right.
So that could be...
Right.
Well, I'm sure this will help today, too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Cheerio.